hit the button. Now you get to sit down. Let me move over a little bit.
Oh, we look close up.
We probably are, but it's fine, right?
Yeah.
It's fine. Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Kevin with Mikkel.
What the fuck is this black shit on my phone? Sorry. Where is that?
I don't know. Where did it come from?
Huh? If I just asked you, what was it? Why would you ask me?
You know
where
what?
did it come
This
from?
is the weirdest opening ever. I hope nobody didn't jump.
Sorry.
Child.
Don't act like y'all don't like it.
I know everybody can be leaving a comment. What the fuck?
Alright.
Yo. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all gonna have to excuse me because a brother is hungry.
You seem to always be hungry.
I went to the gym. I was running on that treadmill and I got a cramp. Like it was a cramp right here. Like on my side. I had to start walking for a little bit. And then I got an elliptical. You know, I worked it out on the elliptical. Ran my mouth with Randy. Shout out to Randy because I haven't seen you in a minute. And you'll probably be on the show in the future.
Who's
I hope
Randy?
you're watching. I don't think you know Randy. But
Well, that's why I'm asking. Who's?
yeah. I just.
What is it?
You know what?
Wait a minute.
And you know what? We could be talking about more than one Randy. What you're not going to do is get smart.
I'm not
talking about
getting
more
smart.
than one Randy.
But,
Shit.
child, if I said who's Randy, why would you then turn around and say I don't think you know Randy? I know I don't know Randy. That's why I'm asking who's Randy.
Oh, well, you know.
Is that a gym partner? Is that?
No, he's not a gym partner. He's just someone that I've known from a long time ago. I'm talking like
Is that?
maybe 7 years.
Is that? Oh.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah. So you guys, there's a lot that we gotta get out the way, and we're gonna try to do this in 30 minutes. So Mikkel has his list of topics that we're going to discuss, and don't forget to thumb up this video. That means like this video. Okay? If you love us or if you love this video, hit the save to button and save it to your favorites. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And we want to say this is our last video until August the 9th. Because I'm going to Vegas next week. And I'm going to hit some money. I'm going to speak it. I'm going to win some money. I'm probably going to win $2,000.
So y'all know what this means. When he wins money, I win money.
No, that's only when we record together. When I make money, you make money.
And you'll be making money in Vegas.
For me.
If I see a video pop up on YouTube of you in Vegas, I will be making money. So what that means is when he makes money, I make money. So I better not see no videos on YouTube. I'm here in Vegas because
Yes.
when you make money,
I make money. Yes. So speaking of money, Mikkel and I, you know, y'all heard, I know y'all seen it on Twitter and stuff. We want to say thank you to everyone that wrote us congratulations. And yes, we have put our names on the line. And we're not going to talk about it. You'll just see things that's going to happen.
well, we're not going to talk about it
Now.
We'll
talk
talk
about
about
it
it in
later.
the future. So hopefully come August 9th, we can tell y'all everything.
Well, we ain't going to say
Well, we're not going to tell y'all everything.
okay.
You can't tell everything, you know.
Yeah.
But we're going to tell y'all just enough that y'all need to hear. But for the meantime, thank you for congratulating us.
Yes.
I had a couple people text me today and was like, everybody's congratulating you and I don't know why. So let me just ask you why. And I had to tell a few of them and they were just like, oh my God, congratulations. So
I will say what's in our papers that we have to say Beyonce and Lady Gaga at least 5 times in each video.
yeah, I
from
mean,
now on.
from now on, we have to say Beyonce and Lady Gaga at least 5 times, or maybe 6, because you know me, I like to throw in 6.
And then we'll get extra money from, you know, saying Beyonce and Jay-Z together.
Yes,
You know,
and, but then I'll get double that every time I do this. So I just made money. And if you guys notice, it's true. I know some of y'all probably like, oh my God, how did y'all get that sweet deal? Well,
thank you, Beyonce.
thank you, Beyonce,
Lady
and
Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Yes. Let's start this.
Okay. Okay. All right. So okay. This week. No, I would. That doesn't count.
Everybody
Only I
was
would
so
get.
crazy when I did that in one video.
Yeah, like, please. But anyway, starting with the video.
Yes.
So earlier this week, we all know about Essence magazine. you know, the premier black, you know, Essence, Jet, Ebony, they all were from the same person, the late John Johnson. Well, anyway, the fashion portion of Essence magazine has gotten a new editor, and it's a white woman. And you know, a lot of black people are going crazy over that, including the black editor that the new white editor is replacing. She's upset about it too. A lot of people are saying that how can you replace, you know, a black woman with a white woman on a magazine that is for African American women. One woman on CNN said, you know, it doesn't make sense. How can a white woman, you know, how can a white woman basically tell a black woman about, you know, their fashion sense and this, that, you know, how black women like to dress. And, you know, a lot of people were going crazy, and I don't know, how do you think about that?
I didn't hear the story. I did not read the story. But to me, this is kind of like ridiculous. We are now in a new age where, you know, we all want to, you know, be strong together. And it shouldn't matter what race someone is taking over in the fashion department of Essence magazine. Maybe that white person studied African American fashion and know a lot about African American fashion and what looks good on African Americans, and maybe, you know, they felt with this position they can do that and add their style into it too. I don't think it should be, you know, a big debate or, you know, looked at as why would you replace me with a white person. Just look at it as you've been replaced by someone that has a sense for fashion, has a good style for fashion. Me, I'm not into fashion at all, but I mean, that's just like saying, why would I hire a white fashion designer instead of hiring a black fashion designer because you're black? It shouldn't matter. As long as they're telling you what's good and giving you good information, that's all that matters to me.
Well, it shouldn't matter, but how about this? The top fashion magazines that are out today, all of the fashion editors are white, and there's no black ones. So now, with this white woman being a part of Essence, now out of all the fashion magazines, all the editors are all white now. So it's like, you know, I mean, I definitely understand where you're coming from, but I also understand where a lot of black people are coming from.
Well, it's the same thing with BET, right? White people really run BET.
Yeah, white people really do. White people do run it, but at the same time, the person that we as the viewers know as the head is Deborah Lee. Just like before Deborah Lee came along, we knew it as Bob Johnson. Now just imagine if a white person, like you said, you know, white people do really run BET behind the scenes. But just imagine if, you know, 10, 20 years down the line, Deborah Lee gets replaced by a white person. You know, everybody's going to be like, whoa.
Yeah, but, you know,
because BET is because it's basically for black people.
But I mean, If I'm a Latino person or a white person and I want to apply for a job at BET, I think that I should be able to, you know, at least get a job on there. I mean, like, you know, I kind of see that, you know, BET, not to get off the fashion thing, but it's like with BET, when they had people like NSYNC on there, when they were showing Britney Spears videos, showing Lady Gaga on there, but they don't show her videos, it's like, you know, we're at an age where it shouldn't even...
Well, but that's kind of not basic. That's what you're talking about is them showing videos. What I'm talking about is somebody running it. Somebody running
well,
it.
I mean...
Because, yeah, BT's had...
It's just the same thing, like, okay,
well, that's
running
not,
it. Well,
if you
it
have,
is.
no, it's not. If you... Because BT's had... They've nominated Justin Timberlake before at the BT Awards. Robin Thicke, Justin Bieber. So, I mean, even though a lot of people went crazy when they nominated... I didn't understand how a lot of people... went crazy with Justin Bieber, but they didn't go crazy with Robin Thicke and Justin Timberlake were nominated. That confused me.
And you know what?
Why? Why didn't people go crazy when they were nominated?
I didn't even remember Justin Timberlake ever being nominated.
I think he was nominated, but I know for a fact if Justin Timberlake wasn't nominated, if he wasn't, Robin Thicke was.
He was too? For Best R&B male?
I think he was.
I mean, but he primarily does R&B music, so it should
be but he's not us.
But they play Robin Thicke on R&B.
Yeah, but
I love his music.
But he's not us, and BET is promoted for black people, right?
Well, yeah. But look, Essence. I mean, y'all. You know, I don't look at it as such a big deal. You know.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's. I agree with you, but at the same time, it's kind of like, well, damn, how it's kind of like I can understand why some people are upset. Especially when I heard about the thing where now we don't have any white fashion editors in the.
Well, maybe one day we'll get a black fashion editor at Vogue and all those See, I'm not into fashion.
But I doubt if we'll get that at Vogue. Do you know why I doubt that? Because for Vogue's Young Hollywood edition earlier this year, they had about 10 white females and no black female actresses.
That wasn't Vanity Fair?
Oh, Vanity Fair. You know what I mean. I'm sorry. Vanity Fair, Vogue. They don't say anything black. All I know is Essence, Ebony, and Jet.
Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of.
Well, I know a lot of fashion magazines too, but Vanity, Vogue, Tomato. Mm-hmm. Beyonce,
Lady Gaga.
There goes that money. But yeah, like Vanity Fair, they didn't even have one black actress on. They didn't have Kyla Pratt. They didn't have Gabourey Sidibe. They didn't have Keke Palmer. They didn't have any young black Zoe Saldana. Well, you know what I mean. But I'm saying it was a young Hollywood list. Mm-hmm. That's what it was.
Kyla Pratt needs to come back because I don't know what she's doing.
Yeah, but we don't want to really
Keke Palmer singing on YouTube and she sounded great.
Yeah, Keke Palmer sounds good as a singer.
She is such a role model. Like
she is, but I think we're straying off the topic.
I know, but let's move on because the Essence thing is kind of like.
Yeah, well, we can move on to Ellen.
Yeah.
Ellen is leaving American Idol, and you know what? It doesn't really faze me because I was one of those people who thought she shouldn't have been on there in the first place. I'm sure y'all remember what was last year when they announced it, and I was on Twitter saying why is Ellen going to be on there?
Ellen was totally out of her element.
Yeah,
it was just like Kelly Rowland being on the fashion show. Girl, you're a singer.
Yeah.
Why are you on the fashion show?
Yeah, that didn't make when she was on that show, it didn't make sense.
You kind of see that they looked out their element. So
yeah.
Ellen, I mean, she still was, a good judge, I guess.
For what it was. But I mean, a lot of times Ellen was nice, but then when she wanted to critique, you could tell that it was kind of paining her to do so. Like you can tell she was almost like kind of nervous to even really give a critique. Or when she did give a critique, she would add in like a little funny joke just to make the person feel good. It was just like,
now some people may not agree with me, but I really think that Perez Hilton should take over Simon Cowell's spot. And the reason why I think that is because he is someone that Americans love to hate. Either you hate Perez Hilton or you love Perez Hilton. And he has a good ear for music. He says, what's hot or what's not on his website. And I really feel that he should take over Simon's position. And who takes over Ellen's spot? I'm hearing Jessica Simpson. I don't know.
They should just leave it to 3 judges. I think they should just leave it to 3.
Maybe American Idol should just go off the air, period.
It's not going to last. It's sad to say because they're trying so hard to keep it going because they don't want to make it seem like, because Simon leaving, that the show's not going to last. But it's not lasting anymore, and I'm mad at you sneaking and eating like that on the side like that. Child, you need to just...
Keep having that bad up. I'm just hungry, y'all.
You always are hungry.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. I'm sure they can do a video compilation of you eating.
Just like you can say, I don't live.
Yes. I don't have a reason to say it because we're in a quiet room today.
Yes.
But, yeah, Ellen, you know what, girl? You got that hit talk show. Just stick with that.
Buy girl, fly.
Buy girl, fly girl. And you know what? She also buys houses in California, mansions, and then she sells them and stuff. So she's just making
houses and stuff.
Oh yeah, so she's making money regardless. So you know what, Ellen? Sayonara, sayonara. Well, you know what? This is how we're gonna go into the next topic. Mm-hmm. One of those houses that Ellen is buying and selling, maybe she could hold it off for Laurence Fishburne's daughter. Because she's going to need a house if she's not still living with her parents. You heard about her, right?
Yeah, I seen it this morning. That
I was like, For those of y'all didn't hear, Laurence Fishburne, a.k.a. Ike Turner, from What's Love Got to Do with It? Eat the cake, anime. Eat the cake. his 18-year-old daughter is on this video with the infamous porn star Brian Pumper.
Okay.
Now, they're not having sex. They're like in a room and talking. They're sitting across from each other. Well, he's doing most of the talking. The video was like 4 minutes long. I only watched like a minute and a half of it because Brian does better when he's having sex rather than talking. Because I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? What is he talking about? But anyway, Laurence Fishburne's daughter was sitting there and she just looked so nervous and confused.
I don't think that she should go about doing that.
Well, now look, this is my thing. She's 18 years old, and in this country, once you turn 18, you're an adult. My thing is, I don't have a problem with people doing porn. That's their business. I've known a few people who actually did porn before. I'm not for it. I would never do it. I don't have a problem with watching it, but I would never do it. Now, I just feel as though, yeah, she's grown and she should do what she wants to do. But at the same time, I think that when you have a parent or parents who are in the public eye like Laurence Fishburne, that's got to be difficult. Because now it seems like
asking him about his daughter.
You know, and then I mean, come on, this story was on all of like the blog sites today, and if they weren't on there today, they would definitely be on there Monday morning.
Even though that's his daughter, do we know if, or have you read anything where it says that he
is like estranged from her?
Yeah. Does he
I don't know if he takes care of her, but I don't think that's the point. If he takes care of her, I think the point is she's 18. Well, she's 18, and if you look at the video with her and Brian Pumper, she looks young. She looks like she doesn't look grown. You know how most porn star girls look, where they look mature and grown, and they got on sexy, skimpy clothes. She was sitting there with like a pink shirt like yours, you know, a pair of jeans. She just looked like a regular schoolgirl. She just looked young. And then having her sit next to Brian Pumper, and he's talking about sex and how to be this, and I'm looking like, this doesn't even make sense. Like, is she? And then her porn name is Chipper D. What does that mean? Can someone explain to me what that means?
To me, I don't know, guys. This is sad.
It is sad.
It's very sad. But again, it still makes me wonder, like, where was he when she was doing all of this? Or I hope she hasn't recorded anything. But, you know, they were saying that she has, because this is going to look bad for both of them. But, you know, hopefully, I don't even know what to say. This is just sad that you see someone, like, straight out the gate, especially a woman, wanting to do porn. Like, you know, porn, I don't know what to say.
But, you know, porn is where they make a lot of fast money at. And I think that's probably where a lot of, I think that's probably why a lot of, you know.
But what fast money does she need with a father as Laurence Fishburne?
I don't know. I wish I could. You know, I would love to have a porn star on our show so we can ask them, why do you do porn? Why do people do porn? I'm sure a lot of people have different reasons why they do it. But
to me, that is very different from taking pictures, but actually, like...
Yeah, that is very different.
Doing porn.
It's very different because you're interacting sexually with somebody else.
That is crazy.
I feel bad, you know. But then again, you know, why? I don't understand how someone. First of all, if I had a father who played Ike Turner, I would not want to do anything like that. Okay.
Something ain't right.
Because I would not want to make him mad.
Something ain't right.
Yeah, something's not right. She looked like she. Yeah, something's not right. We'll probably find out more come next week. But I think I agree with Kevin. Something's not right. Moving along. So Sean Bell, the guy who about 3 or 4 years ago he got shot up in New York City.
Like 48 shots went through
50,
the car.
Yeah, 50. And on the morning of his wedding, him and his two friends were in the car. 50 shots rang out from New York City police officers. Sean Bell was the one who got killed. His other two friends, they were shot, but they survived. I was reading the other day that Sean Bell, like the whole incident with Sean Bell, the people involved, Sean Bell and his two friends, they were all awarded $11 million, and of course each one of them split it.
Wow.
I think like $3.5 million is going to Sean Bell's family, and then the rest is going to like the other two guys. But strangely enough, the three cops who...
Are they all want to still sue them now?
I'm not for sure, but the three cops who were involved, they were acquitted in a 2008 trial of manslaughter and reckless endangerment charges.
Even though no gun was found in the car.
Even though no gun was found in the car, which the three cops claimed that they thought that Sean Bell, who was driving the truck, they thought that he was creeping up to them, and they thought that they was people that they were looking for. So instead of stopping them, they opened 50
Fire, just
bullets on their car, which makes no sense.
not at all. Now, to me, I'm just so tired of cops being able to get away with murder. I mean, I understand that you are a cop, but you also should have, you know, good morals on, you know, when to pull out a gun and when to use the gun. And this was no case where a gun should be used. And, you know, people say that, you know, they've all been acquitted of what they've done. And then I also read that one of the cops that was injured in the shooting, they want to sue the estate of Sean Bell because their, what is it, leg? Something happened? I don't know.
But why would you sue Sean Bell's family when you were the one who fired on him?
And what about the other two? Why do you just want the money from his estate?
But why did you want money from any of them at all when none of them had anything to do with why y'all were even shooting? Y'all basically y'all had the wrong people and y'all messed up.
It's just to me, it's just so effed up. And then you know the case with oh my goodness, it's the case in San Francisco.
Yeah.
You know the cop.
That cat is
someone.
getting on my nerves.
Me too.
It keeps meowing.
It's nothing I can do though.
Yeah, well, this is
what you want me to do.
I don't live
That's
here.
not in my house.
I don't live here.
It's not in my house.
But
It's not in my backyard.
But it's on your roof.
No, ain't no cat on the roof.
But where is that meowing coming from?
Outside.
But the outside
It ain't on my roof.
Well, it's on somebody's damn roof.
Shit, it might not be on the roof. It might be just be in the backyard meowing.
And whose backyard?
It ain't
your
my
backyard.
It could be the neighbor's backyard.
That loud?
It ain't. Well,
and we
shit.
all be up on the top floor?
Hey, it's a backyard. It's an echo. Meow. Are you still watching? Thank you.
Anyway.
Now, I mean, come on, man. It's just these cops are getting away with murder, and you know, it's not. I don't know. The NAACP they can't even stop what the hell is going on. I mean,
Al Sharpton.
Child.
Moving along. Sorry,
Yeah,
Shop.
that perm,
Sorry, Al.
just like that perm, needs to be moving along. Child, that style came and went. Okay.
Okay. Came and went. Child. Well, you know, James Brown was his.
I know he's the inspiration on why he got there.
Yeah, that was. Anyway, we're gonna move along down to ATF. So you heard about the new season of my new favorite pet peeve. Well, not my pet peeve, but my new favorite guilty pleasure. Atlanta, Housewives of Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Well, apparently, for those of you that don't know, there's going to be a new housewife on the show, which is surprising because there was only 2 wives on the show last season, Nene and Lisa.
Oh yeah, okay.
But now I don't even think Nene's with her husband anymore. Mm-hmm. And for those of you that don't know, Lisa is now leaving the show. Mm-hmm. From what I'm hearing, Lisa will not be on the opening credits like they did for last season when they're holding the peach in the beginning. Mm-hmm. Lisa will not be on those opening credits anymore, and I think she's going to be on like the first 3 episodes, and then after that, you're not going to see her anymore. Now, this is the reason why Lisa says she's not going to be in the show anymore. Mm-hmm. She says that Bravo wanted her to be, her and her family to be scripted, meaning they wanted them to add more drama to the show. Mm-hmm. And Lisa said she wasn't going to do that. Now that's funny because even though Lisa and her husband together weren't drama-fied with each other, but I think Lisa was an instigator. And for those of y'all that have been watching the Scorpion show for a long time, y'all remember my rant on Lisa last November because I went off. Mm-hmm. And I think she was an instigator. I really do. I think she was a gorgeous instigator. She was gorgeous as hell, but she just was an instigator.
Everybody loves drama.
You know? You know, and I think that she caused some of the drama too. She may not have been as vocal as Nene, you know, but she was an instigator. But she says that she does. Bravo wanted her and her family to be more dramified, and she says she wasn't going to do that. She wants. This is also what she said. She wants to focus on her new movie projects. First of all, I did not know she was an actress. Why is everybody an actress who does reality TV?
I don't know. But
you know, when they finish reality TV, the first thing they do is, oh yeah, I'm going to be in a new movie.
If you want to be an actress, then bitch, you start out on a show. And, you know, I really want
she
the
did start out on
sitcoms to
the
come
show.
back. I'm talking about like a sitcom. A show where you can get some residual checks at the, you know, your show is now in syndication.
Well, yeah,
give
but they're
me,
not.
Give me that.
But they don't even have. They don't even have shows for us out there.
I mean, we can. I mean,
which harkens all the way back to the essence and thing. I mean, there's no black editors. There's no black TV show. The Game is coming back, but that's like the only popular black TV show sitcom out there. I mean, remember there was a time when we had Martin living single. You know, Rock.
You know what show I just got into, and it's canceled, but TV One replays it. Lincoln Heights.
Lincoln Heights. Yeah, they do.
I love that show.
Yeah.
I really love that show.
But anyway, back to Lisa. Yeah, I mean, she's such, and I'm thinking like, well, when did she become? Where was I at when she became an actress?
Well, you know they were always mad at Bravo because they wanted some more money. Because
well, no. Time out. They wanted some more. You're right.
If
they
you
wanted
cut
some more.
me off
I'm
with
sorry,
that.
but they wanted some more money. But in the beginning, remember, they signed on as not as actors, and Bravo told them, well, if y'all would have signed on as actors, y'all would have been getting paid. But since they signed on as just regular people, they weren't getting paid no more.
Well, you know what? Why should I even speak? I'm gonna just let Mikel finish the rest of my sentences for the rest of this video.
Well, yeah, because that's what I heard Bravo say. Because when I was on ConcreteLoot.com, they said it on there. But you know, sometimes Angel be acting like she don't want to be up there. So I had to go on over to Media Takeout, and that's where I got my real information from. Come on, don't be knocking Media Takeout like that. I mean, they do be giving you some good stuff. Child kids, I would never go to Media Takeout. So then I took my services over to Nicole Bitchy, but I couldn't figure out which one was Nicole or which one was Bitchy. So then I went on over to the YBF.com. And you know the YBF.com, you know, Tasha, she always has a scoop. But that's okay because once the Scorpion Show blog come out, we will have the scoop.
Yeah, we're gonna have all the tea, bitch, and none of it's gonna spill.
And then on top, oh, it ain't? Oh, well then what's the point of having it if it ain't gonna spill?
Because, bitch, you gonna drink it, bitch. You ain't gonna spill it.
Oh, no. Mother doesn't drink. Mother sips.
Sip the tea, drink the tea, because a bitch like me will drink the tea.
That ain't
That don't sound right. You know what? Oh, God.
Yeah, and well, anyway, I want to talk about Chris Tucker.
Child, you already went in on Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, well, I want to go in on Chris. Because Chris, this don't make no damn sense. This don't make no damn sense. You owe the IRS not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9, not 10, but $11 million. Now I ask you, where are you gonna get that money from? Because you ain't been in the movie since Rush Hour. How many Rush Hours are there? 2 or 3?
3? I think a 4th one about to come out.
Well, whatever, because I only saw 2. You ain't been in the movie since Rush Hour 3, and that came out when? In like 2002, 2003? No. Whenever it came out in, it came out in a while ago.
It came and went.
It came and went, okay? It came and went.
But
Chris Tucker, how do you think you're going to owe... First of all, he owed the IRS money for 5 years in a row. 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5. How do you do something like that? I don't get it. And then these celebrities always claim that, you know, they didn't know that they had to pay tax. First of all, what rock are you living under that you didn't know you had to pay taxes? And what were you doing before you became famous? Weren't you paying taxes? And you know, somebody had the nerve to tell me on our last video about Wesley Snipes that, oh no, Mikhail, you don't know what you're talking about because not everybody pays taxes. This, that, and the third. Well, you know what? Everybody should pay taxes because if I have to pay them, you should pay them. And Chris Tucker, you ain't no different from me. You need to pay taxes. You know why? Because you have the money to pay the taxes. You may not have them no more after $11 million, but you actually have the money to pay. People like me and, you know, Spoken Reasons made a good point. he and I were talking about this, and he was like, you know, black people always go crazy when they find out that somebody's not paying their taxes. Black people be the first one to point their finger. But he was like, but you know, truth be told, black people, if it was up to us, we wouldn't be paying taxes. And the only reason why we pay taxes is because it gets taken out of our check every 2 weeks without us really knowing. And I said, you know what, that makes perfect sense. Because black people always are the first one to point fingers. But if it really was up to us, we wouldn't be paying taxes either. But still, we gotta pay them.
Well, who wants to pay tax?
Nobody wants to pay taxes.
None.
But you know what? If somebody like me who barely has the money to be given them, but you know what, like JB said, you don't know what it is because it's taken right out of. It's like what you don't know won't hurt you because that cat is on your roof and don't tell me it's not. Yes, it is. Look how close that noise. I don't live here. We got cats screaming on the roof.
It's not on the roof.
The fuck is this?
Wait a minute. It might be outside this door.
Open that door. You hear it? What the hell y'all running a petting zoo up in here? How many cats is in that hallway meowing? Oh, look at that cat.
This is my cat.
Don't sit next to me with that cat. You know I don't like cats.
Why
The
not?
fuck is this, Oliver and Company?
Hi. I didn't know you were screaming. I didn't know.
I told him
like
that the
you,
cat was
Michael.
close by, and he gonna tell me no, it's not. She might be hungry.
No, bitch, she was locked in the room. She was trying to get out. I'm thinking it's coming from outside.
I told him. Didn't I tell him he was taking that?
She did that loud ass.
Yeah, she did that round because she was tired of being in there. The cat was in there auditioning for Oliver and Company. But anyway, what was he talking about? Oh, Chris Tucker. You know, I'm just tired of these celebrities not paying taxes. You know what? When we get famous, we better pay our taxes.
Woman code.
Well, you know, you owe money to the IRS.
Shut the fuck up, bitch, for they watch.
Well, you already spilled the tea on our last video about you owing money.
I know. I need to make a payment.
Oh Lord, please, they gonna shut the Scorpion show down. I'm really not have no money.
But you just got paid today.
Oh, I sure did.
Yes.
I keep getting paid. Beyonce, girl, I love you.
Yeah.
This kid's gonna go crazy. Beyonce.
This is the last paycheck that gotta come out my pocket to you.
Well, I'm done with the topics, cause
Man, I'm done.
yeah.
You know what, y'all? But Mikkel, is there anything you want to talk about? You about like, you know, I did my video the day before, and you know, I was talking to them about some stuff. Is there anything you want to tell them about you at all? This with you?
Well, I mean, since you forced me to tell them about me, you know.
Anything going on? You know?
Well, you know, I'm still single.
Okay. Back on the prowl.
Well, I've been back on the prowl since September.
I mean, if you would like to date Mikkel, you can write him on Facebook. Doesn't mean you're gonna get a reply, but I mean, if you don't have any clothes on and you know you look good with no clothes on,
That don't come to me, come to him. Because I don't like when people do that. Don't come to me if I have no clothes on. See, Kevin, like, if you go to Kevin's Twitter page.
Shut up.
I know that I said that on Twitter before too. Not just with you, but with other people. People, you can always tell when somebody's following somebody just because how they look. Because you go to see who they're following, and half the people they're following are half naked. But if you go to my Twitter page and you see the people I'm following, everybody got their clothes on.
They got their clothes on.
They have their clothes on.
But
I don't play that half
the
naked.
people that Mikkel follow, most of them are attractive. I will say that. So Mikkel,
Yeah, but they have their clothes on.
But what's the tip?
But you know when you go,
so an ugly person can't get followed by you.
no, don't go there because don't go there. Why is it that because I'm following all attractive people. I consider everybody who I follow attractive.
Do you feel
The
like
girls and the guys, all of them are nice looking.
Do you
But
feel-
you have a lot of people on your page who you follow with no shirts on. And some of them don't have no pants on either.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I mean, a lot of them. I've been through your following list.
Well, I fought a lot of monsters. South Clear monsters.
Yeah, some of them carrying some monsters.
Ooh, no. So, for those who didn't understand what he was talking about. So you know, Miss Gaga brought a lot of monsters to the show.
Yeah. One of them was sitting next to us.
Mother, what?
One of them was the with the speeders.
Child.
Well, he wasn't really no monster.
Oh yeah, that man was a monster at that concert. But you know, I don't know if he were. No, but he was a fun guy. Yeah. So follow us on Twitter. I mean, why? How can we get all these new subscribers and nobody won't follow us on Twitter? We need to be like at 20,000 followers.
But that's because they're all following me on Facebook. Because I got over 2,400 people in not even a month.
4,000.
I haven't even been on Facebook for a whole month, and I have over 2,400.
Do you know that we have over 1,700 mutual friends?
I told you that's because people were waiting for me to get on.
Damn! God damn! You know,
I feel special though. I feel special because once I got on, a lot of people were hitting me up, and I really do feel special. And to all my Facebook bookies, because you know I call y'all bookies, and I saw a couple people on my Facebook, wall, on my the wall, the public wall, saying bookies. I'm like, you got
bookies or bookies?
Bookies.
You tell they call bookies?
No, I say bookies.
Oh.
Facebook bookies.
Oh, I thought it was bookies, bitch.
Well, I don't know what other people call them. But I don't think nobody was saying bookies before I got on there. But anyway.
Everybody say on the book, bitch.
But I don't say on nobody's book. I say bookies. What you mean I ain't start no trend? I am a trend.
On that note.
Yeah, on that note, what? What you got to say?
On that note, you guys.
Oh, okay.
I hope you guys have a good 1 week. Y'all know I might make a video while I'm in Vegas. Y'all already know. That's
well, that's all right. Let them make one.
Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all my.
I mean, just like
Mikhail think he
up in the bank.
Mikhail think he own me now. So
how do I think I own?
So he gonna make a video. I make money. You make money. We all make money.
Ain't that what Matthew said? He said,
I don't know. Let's call Latoya and Latavia. Maybe, you know what?
You know what? We need Latoya Luckett on our show.
Yeah.
And I mean that because Latoya Luckett is doing... I tweeted about that today. She's doing her thing. And you know what? Latoya Luckett's face is out there even when she's not promoting anything. Yeah, she's just out there. And she's the new face of...
Luster's,
the hair stuff for women.
Even though
and
the pictures,
the pictures on the boxes are really pretty of her. Yeah. They're really nice pictures of her. So Latoya Luckett, you know what, girl? 10 years ago, I probably said, "Oh, you're done." But girl, 10 years later, look at you was doing something for yourself.
I'm a survivor.
Yup, Latoya Luckett, you are a survivor.
Now that you're out of my life, I'm so much better.
I guess Latavia is living the quiet life.
You must regret the day that you let me. What?
What?
You got me torn in between the two, 'cause I really wanna be with you, but then I done fucked it up. But something's telling me I should leave you alone.
Yes, Latoya, hit that note.
I've got me, myself, and I. And now I've got me, myself, and I.
No, I'm not gonna jump in.
That's enough.
Okay, since he forced me, tattoo your name across my heart.
Wait a minute.
Not even death can do us part.
How you gonna stand there and watch me burn?
I love you, love you, love you, love you, love.
How you gonna stand there and watch me burn?
He loves me. Wait.
Oh,
all my heart,
I love the way you lie,
baby. Stay with me.
It's getting late. I'm making my way over to my favorite place. I gotta get my body moving, shake the stress away. I wasn't looking for nobody when I look my way.
Sweet love,
but
don't you ever go away. It all a love.
Don't sing my song. Don't sing my song.
Who baby?
Beyonce.
I'm your man.
I wrote it, girl. I wrote it, girl. Not you, Beyonce.
This can't be wrong. Don't you know this is where we belong? Oh, so sweet.
I heard from a friend today, and she
So
said
sweet. Don't you know?
And then tell me you love me and then leave again.
Yes, Janet. You better hit that high note. Child. After you did for Color Girls Whose Eyes Is Something About the Rainbow. You think
Yes.
you are uppity now, huh?
I need some discipline tonight.
I was about to say I need some dick tonight.
I'm done. Bye. Bye, you two. Good night. Have a good week. See y'all August the 9th.